Have you ever really thought about what it takes to get your body ready for a major health treatment? Well, in Ayurveda, which is one of the world's oldest healing systems, this kind of preparation is basically an art form. You can think of it like this. It's like oiling a really complex engine before a major service. You don't just dive in, right? You lubricate everything first so the deep work can be done safely and, more importantly, effectively. So let's just dive right into this ancient practice of internal lubrication and see what it is all about. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We're going to journey through this really fascinating therapy, pulling straight from a foundational Ayurvedic text. First, we'll cover the basics. What even is oleation? Then we'll look at the two main ways it's done. After that, and this is crucial, we'll learn how to spot the signs of success, figure out how to troubleshoot if things go sideways, and then finally, we'll get to the really good stuff, the incredible benefits promised by the ancient texts. All right, let's start at the beginning. In Sanskrit, this therapy is called snehana. And you have to understand, this isn't just some optional add-on. It's a critical, foundational step used before major Ayurvedic purification therapies, you might have heard of panchakarma, to get the body perfectly prepped for a deep, deep cleanse. So at its absolute core, snehana is the therapeutic consumption of very specific fats. The whole goal here is to deeply lubricate all of the body's internal channels. I'm talking from the microscopic level all the way up to the macroscopic. This process helps soften up and dislodge these really deep-seated impurities, making them way easier to eliminate when you get to the main treatment phase. Now, and this is important, not just any old fat will do. Ayurveda identifies four main types of these therapeutic fats, or sneha. As you can see right here, we've got grita, which you probably know as ghee, taila, or oil, which is usually sesame, vasa, or muscle fat, and meja, bone marrow. Each one is chosen for its very specific properties. So ghee is great for digestion and calming things down, oil is more for its warming nature, and the animal fats are used for really deep tissue repair. It makes the whole therapy super personalized. But among these four, ghee, or grita, it holds a really special place. I mean, the ancient texts call it the absolute best of the best, and you have to wonder why. Well, it's because it acts as the perfect vehicle. It has this incredible, unique quality that allows it to absorb the medicinal properties of any herbs it's prepared with, and then it carries those healing benefits deep, deep into the body's tissues. Okay, so now we know what fats are used. The next big question is, how is this therapy actually done? How is it performed? Turns out there are two primary methods for getting these fats inside the body. So the first method, akjapeya, is the most direct route. You just drink the pure, unadulterated fat, which is usually ghee. This is considered the most powerful, most effective method because it delivers the full therapeutic punch really quickly. The second method is called vicharana, and that involves mixing the fat in with your food. Now, it's gentler for sure, but it's also considered less powerful because the fat's action gets kind of mingled with and a bit diluted by all the other food you're eating. And that, of course, leads to the next question, right? If you're drinking pure fat, how in the world do you know how much to take? It's not just about guessing a volume or a number of tablespoons. Ayurveda has a very, very specific system for figuring out the exact right amount for you. So get this is the crucial point. The dosage isn't measured by quantity, but by the time it takes your body to digest it. A mild dose is one that digests in about 3 hours, while a high dose, the one you'd use for that deep purification, is an amount that takes a full 24 hours to be completely processed. It's just brilliant, and it really shows how the therapy is customized to your own individual digestive strength, or what's called agni. Okay, so you're doing with therapy. How do you know it's actually working the way it's supposed to? Well, the ancient physicians had a super clear checklist of signs they would look for to confirm that the body had been properly oleated. So what are those physical signs? What tells you that the treatment is complete and, more importantly, successful? Let's take a look. These are the absolute classic signs of proper oleation, known as snigdha lakshana. For example, you'd start to notice a downward movement of internal energy, or vata, which means less bloating. Your digestive fire actually gets stronger. Your feces become oily, which shows the fat has made it all the way through your system. Your body feels softer, and surprisingly, you find you can withstand more discomfort. But honestly, the clearest sign of all? A very distinct aversion to even the thought of eating any more fat. But of course, like any powerful therapy, things don't always go perfectly. The Ayurvedic texts were incredibly thorough, though, and they included detailed instructions for what to do when the oleation is either not enough or way too much. And here you can see the two extremes.
So if the oleation is insufficient, or asnigdha, you get all these symptoms of dryness, rough skin, hard feces, weak digestion. But on the flip side, if it's excessive, atisnigdha, the symptoms are the total opposite. Heaviness, maybe some pallor, nausea, drowsiness. It really is all about hitting that perfect sweet spot in the middle.
So, what do you do if you've had too much? The remedy is to basically counteract the excess oiliness by inducing dryness, and that process is called vitalshana. This involves stuff like therapeutic fasting, drinking warm water to help your digestion along, consuming buttermilk, which has these great drying qualities, and using classic herbal formulas like triphala to get the whole system back in balance.
So after you've navigated the whole process correctly, what's the big payoff? Why do it? This isn't just about prep work. The therapy itself is said to have these profound long-term benefits for your health and even your longevity. I mean, this verse from chapter 16 of the Ashtanga Hridya really says it all. The text states that a person who is habituated to olation therapy is slow in getting old and lives for 100 years. That is a powerful statement about the potential anti-aging and life-extending effects of this one practice. So, to just quickly summarize those rewards, proper oleation leads to a keen, active digestive fire, a clean GI tract, and strong, well-nourished body tissues. It enhances your physical strength, improves your skin's complexion, and it sharpens all your senses. And just like that verse suggests, its most profound benefit is considered to be the slowing of the aging process itself. And all of this leaves us with a final thought to chew on. If an ancient system of medicine placed this much emphasis on meticulous, careful preparation before a major treatment, what might our modern approaches be overlooking? It's a fascinating question, really, about the wisdom of preparing the ground before you plant the seed of healing.